सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। In the last class, I was pointing out our entire scriptural literature classified into Shruti, Smriti, Shruti, Sutra, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa and Bhashyam. Shruti means the direct revelations of the Lord received by our rishis. Smriti means that Shruti, whatever they have received, they have remembered and they again written in their own language. Sutra is a codified literature. The teaching is in a nutshell form. Purana is also the teaching of Veda alone in a concrete form, in a picturized form, in a dialogue form, has been given by our rishis. The Itihasa is also a literature based on the Vedas. The higher values given in Vedas concretized in these Itihasas. Ramayana, Mahabharata. Later, the Acharyas written commentaries on those texts, Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa, Purana. There are a lot of commentaries are available in Sanskrit, all of them. All of them are in Sanskrit. This classification we saw in the last class. Later, this literature which is in Sanskrit form translated into many languages. All 14 languages it is available, not only Indian languages, even Western languages, all our scriptures are available. See the beauty. You can understand the glory of our scriptures. I saw one book in Rishikesh, Haridwar, Bhagavatam in Arabic language. It's a very huge book. You cannot lift it. One Swami is sitting in front of it and reading that. It is a Parayanam in that ashrama. Every day one has to read that. It is really a great wonder to see that, how they have translated into Arabic language. So, the beautiful Gandharva Bhasha is the Sanskrit. All our scriptures are there. Somehow, because of great authors, they are coming to us till today. So, we are all grateful to those Acharyas. Now, we come to our subject matter. The subject matter of Vedas is Ananda, Trupti, Purnata. Ananda means happiness. What is discussed in Vedas, if you have a doubt, the subject matter, the Vishayam is Ananda Vishayam. This is one type of advertisement, you know. If I say Ananda only is there, no, everybody will come. Not only advertisement, really I am telling, okay. Ananda eva Vishayaha, Vedasya Vishayaha. Vishayaha means subject matter. What is the subject matter dealt in that Vedas? Na Ananda. What do you mean by Ananda? Tripti, contentment. Or Purnata, completeness. This is the subject matter of our Vedas. So the Veda Purva and Veda Anta, Ananda, there are two types of Ananda. Materialistic joy and spiritualistic joy. Bhautika Sukham, Adhyatmika Sukham, Aihika Sukham or Aihika Sukham means materialistic pleasure, material joy. That joy you derive from the materialistic world, that is called Aihika Sukham or Vishaya Sukham, the Sukham which is depending on the Vishaya. This Vishaya Sukham is available for you in Veda Purva. Veda Purva or Karma Kanda, it is available. Plenty of rituals you can perform, you get lot of Vishaya Sukha. You want to Indriya Shakti, now they recommend you to perform this, you will get Vishaya Sukha. Ananda. Any Vishaya Sukha, any Indriya Bhoga Sukha connected to that Vishaya, you can derive from Veda Purva. Then, next another Sukha, second one is, that is not Vishaya Sukha, but Veda Anta deals with that Sukha, which is Atma Sukham. Atma Sukham, or spiritual joy. Spirit joy, spiritual joy. Spirit means Atma. The joy which you derive out of spirit. That is spiritual joy. Who gives? Veda Anta gives. So we want Veda Purva also, we want Veda Anta also. Why? We want materialistic joy also, we want spiritualistic joy also. That's spiritual joy. Okay, you can get. But what is priority here? Vishaya Sukha priority or Adhyatmika Sukham priority? I have both priorities, Swami. Shastra wants there. What? You see, Vishaya Sukham is temporary. Underline pandikama. Vishaya Sukham or Aihika Sukham or materialistic joy is temporary, anityam. Now Veda questions, you want temporary joy or permanent joy? Nitya Sukham or Anitya Sukham? Everybody vote for what? Nitya Sukham. Permanent joy I want. Again Veda asks, you want permanent joy? Nitya Sukha you want? Again Veda got doubt. Really I want Nitya Sukham only. One person asks again Nitya Sukham. If you want Nitya Sukham, come to Vedanta. Anta, end portion of Vedas. They alone can give Nitya Sukham. If you are very clear in getting Nitya Sukham alone I want, Shashvata Sukham alone I want, permanent Sukham alone I want, you are very, very firm in that, then you come to Veda Anta portion. Then Veda tells that Nitya Sukham, that Shashvata Sukham is your divine nature. How beautiful, no? That Atma Sukham, Vishaya Sukham is not Atma Sukham. This Vishaya Sukham is depending on outside objects. Whereas Atma Sukham is you, yourself. Your divine nature, your Daivika Swarupam alone is Nitya Sukham. My Daivika Swarupam, where is it? How is it? I have never heard my Daivika Swarupam. What happened to my Daivika Swarupam, divine nature? Why I am not able to get that? Then Shastra gives three reasons. I will give you 3 reasons why you are missing your divine nature. Which is the permanent Sukham, Shashvata Sukham. I will give 3 reasons. Those reasons are that our spiritual joy, that is our spiritual joy is covered by, or our divinity is covered by, enveloped by, covered by what? Number 1, Malam. Our spiritual divine joy is covered by Malam, means impurity. What is this Malam, impurity? How can it cover my divinity? Na? Shastra tells, Malam in the form of Raga, Dvesha, it covers. How our divine nature is covered? In the form of likes and dislikes. Raga means likes. Dvesha means disliking. In the form of likes and dislikes, I am overpowered by Raga, Dvesha itself is a Malam that covers my divinity. Oh, romba periya kada irukke. So Malam covers, number 1. Number 2, the second reason that which covers my divine nature is Vikshepaha. Extrovertedness. Vikshepaha, distraction. Extroverted mind, that which covers my divine nature. Vikshepaha. Number 3, third one is Avaranam. Avaranam is the third factor which covers my divine nature, which is Shashvata Sukham. Self-ignorance. Avaranam means what? Self-ignorance. I am ignorant of my nature, that is the cause for my divine nature, which covers. Avarana is that which covers my divine nature. That means what? Ignorance of my nature is the cause to cover my divine nature. Ignorance about my true nature, self, is the cause to cover my divine nature. Then what to do? If you want to know your divine nature, which is the Shashvata Sukham, remove the 3 covers. Remove these 3 covers. Discover. Discover. Then Shastra tells, he gives stages. First stage, second stage, third stage. In what stage, what you have to remove? Malam can be removed by what? Vikshepa can be removed by what? Avarana can be removed by what? Shastra tells, कर्मयोगद्वारा मलनिवृत्तिः. कर्मयोगद्वारा मलनिवृत्तिः. That karma yoga removes the grossest layer of malam. This is the first stage. Karma yoga lakshana bhakti. It is a type of bhakti, a devotion. Karma yoga lakshana bhakti is the first stage that which removes malam. What is karma yoga? We are going to see in Bhagavad Gita. First, this is the foundation. Why I have to study Bhagavad Gita alone? This is the foundation. Okay, malam can be removed by karma yoga. Then the second vikshepa can be removed by upasana yoga. The extroverted mind can be removed only through upasana yoga. Upasana yoga lakshana bhakti. This is also a bhakti. Karma lakshana bhakti, upasana lakshana bhakti. What will be removed? Vikshepa will be removed. Upasana means meditations. Then the third avarana can be removed by jnana yoga. Jnana lakshana bhakti. To remove the self-ignorance, jnana yoga lakshana bhakti, to be understood. So 3 types of bhakti. First stage of bhakti is karma lakshana bhakti, to remove the first cover, malam. And the second upasana lakshana bhakti, to remove vikshepa, second cover. என்ன சுவாமி, ஒரு கவரே ரிமூவ் பண்றது கஷ்டம், 3 கவர். ஆமா, என்ன பண்றது? We have to remove. Then avarana will be removed by jnana lakshana bhakti. Sari, all these 3 topics are in this Bhagavad Gita. Karma lakshana bhakti, upasana lakshana bhakti, jnana lakshana bhakti are in this Bhagavad Gita text. They are available. These sadhanas. These sadhanas are available in Bhagavad Gita to remove 3 covers. Which covers are covering my divinity? Sharanam, Bhagavad Gita Sharanam. ஐயப்பே சரணம் சொல்லல. இப்போ நமக்கு என்ன சரணம்? அந்த மூடு போகிறதுக்காக பகவத்கீதே சரணம். Because these 3 covers are covering my divine nature, which is my Nitya Sukham, Atma Sukham, Ananda Swarupam. Therefore, let me start Bhagavad Gita. Veda Purva deals with Karma Lakshana Bhakti, Upasana Lakshana Bhakti. Veda Purva deals with Karma Lakshana Bhakti, Upasana Lakshana Bhakti. First stage, second stage. Then Veda Anta deals with the Jnana Lakshana Bhakti. Now see, the whole Veda is in Bhagavad Gita. Whole Veda is in Bhagavad Gita. That's why Bhagavad Gita is not different from Vedic teaching. Understand? Bhagavad Gita is not different from Vedic teaching. If we are studying Bhagavad Gita, means we are studying all the 4 Vedas. Vedam padikriyan aama nu sollanum. Whatever is said in Veda I am studying in Bhagavad Gita in a different format. That's all. Teaching is same. Clear? Okay. Now we are very much interested in Bhagavad Gita. We want to study now. Bhagavad Gita is called as a Smriti Grantha. Smriti Grantha. Now the second stage I am entering now. What is the full name of this Gita? Bhagavad Gita we say. What is the full name of Bhagavad Gita? The full name of Bhagavad Gita is Srimad Bhagavad Gitopanishad. Is the full name. Srimad Bhagavad Gitopanishad. One person went to America. Those people are very, very, very interested in Bhagavad Gita. They asked this person, do you know about Gita? They asked. Do you know about Gita? Who is Gita? I know my friend Gita. He said, I know my friend Gita. I am not asking your friend. I am asking about Bhagavad Gita. This person said, I don't know. I don't know. He says like this, no? America, he has gone America, no? Abhida Sholano. Shame. And he came next trip, he went to one Swamiji. Swamiji, teach me about Bhagavad Gita, koncham. So next time I have to answer to the people. Come for some classes. No, one class only I can come. Please record everything or just give in writing. See that. So, Srimad Bhagavad Gitopanishad is the full name. Now look into the one word, how is significant. The first word is, we'll see from the back, Upanishad. The whole name is called Srimad Bhagavad Gitopanishad. Now what is Upanishad? Upa means nearby. Approaching the Guru, going near to the Guru is called Upa. After going there, what? Nichehi Upaveshanam. Upani means Upani means approaching the Acharya, going near to the Acharya and sitting down. நீங்கெல்ல சேர்ல உட்காருங்க பரவாயில்ல. நீ என்ன நீச்சை sitting down. Sitting down means not only physically sitting down, accepting that I do not know. That is called Niche. I am inferior. Oh my Acharya, you know everything. I do not know. Please teach me. Upani. Shad. Last word. Shad means what? The destroyer. Remover, eliminator, destroyer of samsara, destroyer of self-ignorance, avaranam, destroyer of malavikshepa avaranam. So, Upanishad, clear? Going near to the Guru, sitting down and learning about the subject that which removes, destroys my ajnana. That is called Upanishad. Then the next word, why we call it as Bhagavat? Bhagavat. Srimad Bhagavat Gitopanishad. Bhagavat word is there. What do you mean by Bhagavat? Bhagavat Because it is a teaching imparted by the Bhagavan. Bhagavad Gita is a teaching imparted by Bhagavan. Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Who is Bhagavan? Who is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is one who is having, beautiful shloka is there. That shloka is very important. Bhagavan is one who is having Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashasriyaha. Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashashasriyaha. Second line, Jnana Vairagyayoschaiva. Jnana Vairagyayoschaiva Shanna Bhaga Itirana. Shanna means six. Six factors. No? Where there are six factors, these six factors, that person is Bhagavan. Itirana means said. What are those six? Aishwaryasya. Number one, Aishwaryam. The one who is having Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam means what, Swamini? 10 lakhs? 10 crores? No. Samagrasya. Total Aishwaryam. The whole Aishwaryam which is there in the whole creation. The total. Samagrasya means total. You have to supply this total to all other six you have to supply. Samagra Aishwaryam, Samagra Viryam, Samagra Jnanam, Samagra Vairagyam, Samagra Shrihi, Samagra Yashas. Illa total level. Namakenna illa arakorai, koncham koncham da. That's why we are all alpicients. Bhagavan is omniscient. Sarvagnaha, Paripurnaha. So Bhagavan means what now? Aishwaryam. Ishwarasya bhavaha Aishwaryam. What do you mean by Aishwaryam? Aishwaryam சொன்ன உடனே அந்த சொல்லவே வேண்டாம் இப்ப இதுக்கு ஞாபகம். ஓகே, மிஸ்ஸிங் ஞாபகம் வரக்கூடாது. ஓகே, ஐஸ்வர்யம் என்ன சுவாமி வராததெல்லாம் ஞாபகப்படுத்துறேன் நீங்க. சும்மா சொன்னேன். So Aishwaryam means Ishwarasya bhavaha Aishwaryam. Ishwarasya bhavaha means overlordship. Overlordship is called Aishwaryam. So Bhagavan is one who is having overlordship, control over everything. He is the Lord. So therefore he is having Aishwaryam. Then the second one is Viryam. You have to supply total level. Valor, power. The one who is having total valor. How much power? Omnipotent Bhagavan. நம்ம வேலை அல்பிபொட்டன்ட். சிட்டிங் அண்ணா எழுந்துக்க முடியல நமக்கு. Bhagavan is valorous. Third one is Yashas. Samagram. Total famous. Totally famous. Infinite fame. Total means infinite. Limitless an artham. Samagram anna limitless. Who is having a limitless fame? Then the fourth one is Shrihi. Shrihi means prosperity. Infinite prosperity. Limitless prosperity. The one who is having limitless prosperity is called Bhagavan. Among all these six, one irundha poduma. Ellam aarum irukkanum, aarum fulla irukkanum. Ada infinite prosperity. Number 5, Jnanam, total knowledge. நமக்கு என்ன கெமிஸ்ட்ரி தெரிஞ்ச பிசிக்ஸ் தெரியாது, பிசிக்ஸ் தெரிஞ்ச டான்ஸ் தெரியாது, டான்ஸ் தெரிஞ்ச மியூசிக் தெரியாது, மியூசிக் தெரிஞ்ச எஸ்ட்ரானமி தெரியாது, எஸ்ட்ரானமி தெரிஞ்ச எஸ்ட்ராலஜி தெரியாது. ஒன்று தெரிஞ்ச ஒன்று தெரியாது. நமக்கு என்ன நல்ல finite knowledge, நம்ம knowledge. However much great in this universe, that person is having only limited knowledge. Whereas Bhagavan is having the total knowledge. Total knowledge. So, Samagra Jnanam. Then, therefore, Bhagavan means what? All these six. Van means Udayavan and Ardham. Udayavan means endowed with. The one who is endowed with all these six in complete, infinite, that person is called Bhagavan. So through that Bhagavan, this Gita is imparted. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita. Gita means sang, and song, sang by Bhagavanana. Gita. So Bhagavad Gita. Gitopanishad. Bhagavad Gitopanishad. See how the beautiful name is coming. Bhagavad Gitopanishad. Then, just as you say, Dhanavan. Dhanam asya asti iti Dhanavan. The one who is having Dhanam is called Dhanavan. Then the one who is having all this Bhaga means 6 qualities is called Bhagavan. Clear? Now the next word, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We said, what is Srimad? Srimad means Atma Vidya or Mangalam. Srimad means Mangalam. Holy, Pavitram. நமக்கு ஹோலி சொன்னா ஹோலி பைபிள் தான் ஞாபகமே வருமே தவிர ஹோலி பகவத்கீதான்னு சொல்ல மாட்டாங்களே பாருங்க. Everybody says holy Bible, holy Quran, holy Bible. What about Bhagavad Gita? Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Holy text. Pavitram. That which is Mangalam. Whoever touch the Bhagavad Gita, it is Mangalam, auspicious for them and artham. Why? When you touch Bhagavad Gita, slowly you come to study and you get Atma Jnanam. Because of that, everything is auspicious. Mala, Vikshepa, Avarana, all inauspicious things will go away. Mangalam will take place. When Mangalam take place, what? Always gloomy face. It is a sign of Mangalam. Gloomy face is a sign of Mangalam. Castor oil face is a sign of Amangalam. Where there is Malam, Vikshepa, Avarana, it is a castor oil face. Amangalam. Whoever knows the Bhagavad Gita thoroughly, there is a Mangalam. That's called Mangala Swarupam. The gloomy face. அதுக்கு ஆஸ்பிஷஸ்க்கு மங்களம்க்கு கனெக்ஷன் பாருங்க. ப்ளூமி ஃபேஸ்க்கு மங்களம் கனெக்ஷன் பாருங்க. இல்ல கனெக்ஷன் இருக்கு. அது ஸ்ரீமத். That's why Shriman means Atma Vidya Asya Asti iti Shriman. நிறைய பேர் அட்ரஸ் ஸ்ரீமான் அட்ரஸ் பண்றோம். அவனுக்கு இருக்கோ இல்லையோ ஆத்ம ஞானம் தெரியல, சும்மா சொல்லி வைக்கிறோம். ஸ்ரீமான் ஸ்ரீமான் கூப்பிடுறோம். என்ன ஸ்ரீமான், அவனுக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? என்ன சும்மா நாம் கே வாஸ்தி ஸ்ரீமான். அப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஒன்ஸ் த நேம் இஸ் கிவன் டு அஸ், ஐ ஆம் த பர்சனிஃபிகேஷன் ஆஃப் தட். அப்படி இருக்கணும். ஆனந்தன் நான் பேர் வச்சுக்கிட்டு ஆனந்தம் இல்லாமல் இருந்தேன்னு என்ன அர்த்தம்? அப்படி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஆனந்தம் ஆனந்த ஸ்வரூபமா இருக்கணும் இல்லையோ? அதான் ஸ்ரீமத். ஓகே. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita study comes under what now? The study of Shruti, Smriti. It is Shruti only. Upanishad is there. Upanishad means nothing but Veda. So it is the study of Shruti alone. Actually, this Bhagavad Gita comes in Mahabharata. Because they have remembered the Vyasa Bhagavan has written. That is why it is called Smriti. So it comes under the study of Shruti and Smriti. What you are studying now? I am studying Shruti. I am studying Smriti. What a great thing you are doing. Ithanada physics, chemistry படிச்சிட்டு இருந்தா இப்போதான் அசல படிப்புக்கு வந்து இதுதான் பராவித்யா. இதனால அபராவித்யா படிச்சுட்டு இருந்தோம். மெட்டீரியலிஸ்டிக் சயின்சஸ் எல்லாம் வயிற்றுக்காக சர்வைவல் ஸ்டடீஸ் போதும். நவ் லெட் மீ ஸ்டடி ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் சயின்ஸ். லெட் மீ ஸ்டடி ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் சயின்ஸ் வேர் ஐ கெட் பரிபூர்ண ஆனந்தா பராவித்யா. பராவித்யா gives what? அக்ஷர ஞானம், பிரம்ம ஞானம், ஆனந்தம். Okay, this is the name. About name, see, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishad. இந்த பேர் சொன்னாலே பாவனம், நட்டர் பண்ணணும் வீட்டில். அப்படி. That's why whenever I touch Bhagavad Gita, first do namaskara. Now, third portion, first level, second level, now third level I am entering. I hope you have to see the difference between the stages. Okay. Now, this Bhagavad Gita study begins with invocation, prayer. Whenever we start any text, we have to do a prayer, prarthana, invocation. The problem is, this Bhagavad Gita came in the middle of Mahabharata. How Bhagavad Gita can have a prayer? In fact, the Bhagavad Gita has no prayer at all. But Madhusudana Saraswati, one great Acharya, who belonged to Bengal. Madhusudana Saraswati, very, very great Acharya, who wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita, very vast commentary, and Gudardha Deepika he wrote. Gudardha Deepika. On Bhagavad Gita, he wrote the prayer verses, 9 prayer verses to Bhagavad Gita. Invocation prayers. Those prayers we are seeing first. ஏன்னா பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணணும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட். ஏன் பண்ணணும் சுவாமி பிரார்த்தனை? அதுக்கு காரணம் இருக்கு. ஏன்னா whenever you take up anything for the purpose to fulfill it completely without any obstacle, விக்ன நிவாரணார்த்தம் பிரார்த்தனா. விக்னம் வரக்கூடாது மிடில். Even in rain, cyclone, heavy rain, because of God's grace, I have come here to this class today, all of us. So, because of our prarthanas, prayers. Similarly, to study Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. இப்பவே சொல்றேன் எத்தனை chapters? 18 chapters are there. I have to study 18 chapters, nearly 700 verses. Until that time, no obstacle should come in between. No obstacle should come and obstruct my study. So that for that sake I have to do a prarthana. Special prarthana for scriptural study, Bhagavad Gita study. மற்ற பிரார்த்தனை அது வேற தனித்தனி. பகவத்கீதா ஒழுங்கா படிக்கிறதுக்காக அதுக்கு ஒரு பிரார்த்தனை. நல்லா புரியணும், கிளாஸுக்கு வரணும், வந்ததுக்கு அப்ப புரிஞ்சு தூங்காமலே, சும்மா சொன்னேன், தூங்காமலே படிக்கணும், படிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் புரியணும், புரிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் ஞானம் வரணும். அப்போ when not first chapter, second chapter, until 18 chapters, I do not know when I am going to complete, but oh God, prayatnaha. For what prayer? My prayatna, there should not be any weakness in my prayatna, effort. In the study of this Bhagavad Gita, my effort should be in full amount, not arakorai prayatnam. Dandapani street Venkatnarayan kondu vodane in road paathutte check back na பகவத்கீதா எல்லாம் அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கிறோம், இந்த ரோட்ல கிளாஸுக்கா வேண்டானா என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஃபுல் பிரயத்தனம் இல்லைன்னு அர்த்தம், பயம். So full effort is required. Very, very difficult. Anything you want to achieve in your life, without complete effort, you can never achieve that. Many obstacles may come in my study, perseverance here. I have to develop tremendous perseverance. Effort is required. Okay? For that sake, oh God, give me Shakti to keep full effort. Next, second thing, why I have to do prayer? Kalaha, right time also. The right time. By doing the prayer, what will happen? The kala, the time will give me an opportunity to learn. I have no time சொல்லாமலே நிறைய டைம் இருக்க, குவாலிட்டி டைம் இருக்க, குவாலிட்டி மைண்டும் இருக்கு, எனக்கு நான் படிக்கிறேன், முடியும். Not like rat race, I am running like people. I have a quality time to study. That is for that prayer. Oh, God give me sufficient time, quality time. இந்த கிளாஸ் வந்து உட்கார்ந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் எல்லாம் ஞாபகம் வருதுன்னா அப்படிப்பட்ட டைம் நமக்கு யூஸ்லெஸ். A time when I forget 6:30 to 7:30, I will forget whole world. That kalaha. Then third one is daivam. Daivam means an invisible factor which is adrishtam. So daivam also should help me. The invisible factor, my adrishtam also should help me. And the time also I can draw some time for the study. And I put full effort. All these are by the grace of God alone we will get. So therefore prarthana. To whom we have to do prarthana? First verse, Madhusudana Saraswati start the prayer Namaskara to Bhagavad Gita itself. He start the prayer, the invocation to neutralize all our papa phalam. பாப்பம் இருந்தாதான் நம்ம ஃபுல் எஃபர்ட் வைக்க மாட்டோம். அதான் பிரயத்னம் ஏன் வரமாட்டேங்கிறதுன்னா பாப்பம் ஏதோ தடங்க அந்த மாதிரி அப்ஸ்ட்ரக்டிங் மை எஃபர்ட். நான் எஃபர்ட் பண்றேன் சுவாமி, நீ முடியலன்னு, அந்த முடியலதான் இது ஆப்ஸ்டிக்கல். அது என்ன பாப்ப பலம். ஈவன் காலம் டைம், குட் டைம், ஐ ஹாவ் டு கெட் குவாலிட்டி டைம். பாப்பம் இருந்தா டைம் கிடைக்காது. நம்ம துரதிருஷ்டம் இருந்தா கூட நமக்கு படிக்க முடியாது. அது அதிருஷ்டம் இருக்கணும். இன்விசிபிள் ஃபேக்டர் தெய்வம் ஆல்சோ. Therefore, the papam phalam should be neutralized, should be nullified or neutralized. For that, prayer. Suppose, in spite of all my prayers, there are problems, and many people come and tell this only. Swamini, I am doing lot of prayers, but nothing is working, I will ask you, see, you are doctor giving medicine. Many times medicine won't work. Problem அப்படியே இருக்கும் இல்லையோ? அப்படின்னு சொல்லி மெடிசின் இன்வாலிட்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா? அப்படி என்ன அர்த்தம்? வியாதி கொஞ்சம் ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்க, தீவிரமா இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். In spite of prayer also we get lot of obstacles. என்ன அது நம்ம பாப்ப பலம் வந்து பவர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்குன்னு அர்த்தம். Not only in study of Bhagavad Gita, I am telling, even our general parlance life also, in spite of our prayers, we are facing lot of obstacles, means because of our prabala prarabdham. Prabala means powerful, bad prarabdha is functioning. That's why never reduce your prayers. Continue your prayers, intensify your prayers, prarthana to the Lord. Oh Lord, give me strength. I do not know from which corner, which obstacle will come, what time, I do not know. Please bless me, please protect me. So therefore the prayer is very, very important. Now we'll enter into the first Dhyana Shloka. We'll see the word-to-word meaning. Very beautifully he has written, Madhusudana Saraswati. Repeat after me. First shloka I will read. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Madhusudana Saraswati addressing Bhagavad Gita as a mother. O mother, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, He Amba. Amba means O mother. O mother, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, mother. Tvam anusandadhami. Anusandadhami means I meditate upon you constantly. Anu means constantly. Sandadhami means I meditate upon you. I ponder over you. I constantly think about you. Even though my Swamini is taking weekly once class, all other days I will think about you. Every day I read. Every day I look into my notes, the text I will read. Anusandadhami, you are promising, okay. Anusandadhami, I will follow up anardham. Anusandhanam enna anardham? Follow up. Next week third book engirka Bhagavad Gita appadi varakoodadhu class ku ready ah vechukana daily padichinde irukana adilo ooranum நம்ம மனசுக்குள்ள அந்த சப்ஜெக்ட் அப்படியே ringing ஆயிண்டே இருக்கணும் subject. And if it is like that, no, I draw a benefit very easily. While studying itself, you revise, no, you get full benefit. Anusandadhami. Who says? Madhusudana Saraswati is telling. Madhusudana Saraswati Swami is telling. Tvam, I meditate upon you. I meditate upon you. What type of you? Oh Bhagavad Gita, mother, you are not ordinary. Parthaya Pratibodhitam. This Bhagavad Gita, you, the mother, Bhagavad Gita, the teaching is compared to a Saraswati Devi. Taught by Bhagavan to Arjuna. Parthaya Pratibodhitam. Parthaya means to Arjuna. Prithayaha putraha Parthan. Pritha means Kunti Devi. The son of Kunti Devi is called Partha, Arjuna. Pratibodhitam, which was taught. Bodhanam means teaching taken place. Pratibodhitam, said, taught by Whom? Bhagavata Narayanena. O Mother Bhagavad Gita, I salute you. I will remember you again and again. You are the one, the teaching which is given by the Lord to Arjuna. Such you, I do namaskar, vandanam in the form of meditation. Dhyanam pandra. These slokas are called dhyana slokas. While dhyanam time also you can revise these slokas. Bhagavata Narayanena Parthaya Pratibodhita. Bhagavata Narayanena. So Bhagavata means by Lord Narayana. So Bhagavan Visa. Bhagavata means Tritiya Vibhakti. Third case, Bhagavata by Bhagavan. Who is that Bhagavan? Narayanena. By Narayana. Who is this Narayana? Krishna Dane Swami. He Krishna alone, Narayana alone took the form of Krishna. So Krishna is none other than who? Narayana. Narayanena means Narayana has taken lot of avatars. When Lord Narayana took the avatar of Krishna, this teaching has been given to Arjuna. So Narayanena. Bhagavata Narayanena. Why is called Narayana? Naranam Ayanam Yasya. Whose abode is the beings. Narana means beings. Naranam Ayanam. Ayanam means sthanam, abode. Who is in all the beings in the form of consciousness, Chaitanyam. Naram means Manushya Samuham. So, people who are all reading Bhagavad Gita, Manushyas. Okay? Narayana means what? In this context, we will take Manushyanam Samuhaha Naram. Ayana means abode. In every human being who is there, Narayana. That's why whenever you see the people, Narayana. When they take this 40 days Ayyappa Diksha, what do they say? Ayyappa. Ayyappa nu solluva. Nijama Ayyappa avaru. Sharanam Ayyappa. Swami Ayyappa nu solluva. Yeah, personification of Ayyappa. And the 40 naal. Adukappuram vere. But a mumukshu, a Vedantic student, he is always seeing everyone as Narayana. Because for a Vedantin mumukshu is lifelong is a vratam. Avaniki ondi 40 naal Ayyappa bhaktanike. A Vedantin mumukshu who want to get Brahma Jnanam, he has to see everyone as Narayana. That's why whenever you see others, you do namaskara. You wish, you respect others. You don't see as a human being with raga dvesha. So a Vedantic student should develop that idea. Whoever comes surrounded by me, they're all Narayana. So the reverence, the attitude in itself bring transformation in your personality. Beautiful concept. Narayanena Bhagavata Prarthaya Pratibodhitam. To such Bhagavad Gita, my meditations, my salutations are meditations I am doing. Not only that, Vyasena Swayam Gradhitam. By Vyasa Maharshi, this Bhagavad Gita was Gradhitam, means which is composed by, compiled by. Vyasa Bhagavan, when the Mahabharata is taking place, that time these all the teachings given by the Lord Krishna to Arjuna, Vyasa Bhagavan through his Divya Drishti, he has heard the whole teaching. That is called compilation. 700 verses Krishna is teaching to Arjuna. Apadi, Inna Swamini, Yuddha Samayatala, battle time la idella mudiyama. We don't bother all these timings, historical timings, 700 verses. When Karna and Bhishma are all standing there, இவர் வந்து teaching பண்றான், என்ன கர்ம யோகா, பக்தி யோகா, ஞான யோகா. Don't ask like that. Teaching is elaborated. You have to understand. Useless questions all will come in the brain. No, people க்கு தேவையில்லாத கேள்வி எல்லாம் வந்து அசல் விஷயம் போச்சு. இதுக்கு நமக்கு அப்படி சொன்னாரா இப்படி சொன்னாரா என்ன? By Divya Drishti of Vyasa Bhagavan, he has heard the whole teaching given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. அப்படியே கம்பைல் பண்ணிட்டு அப்படியே கொண்டு வந்துட்டார் டீச்சிங். வியாசேன கிரதிதாம். எப்படின்னா, நாட் லைக் பை ஆர்டினரி டைப்ரைட்டர் கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ். ஈவன் விநாயகா himself, he called Lord Vinayaka. Oh Ganesha, you come right. I am going to tell these shlokas, the teaching of Lord Krishna. Please write. அவர் வெரி பிஸி பர்சன். விநாயகர் அவர் சொல்றாரு, நான் எழுதினவன்னு நீங்க ஸ்டாப் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஐ ஹவ் லாட் ஆஃப் ஒர்க். நீங்க அடிக்கடி யோசிச்சே சொல்லணும்னா நானுக்கு என்ன பிஸியா இருக்கேன் நான். நீங்க சீக்கிரமா சொல்லணும். இது என்ன வம்பு, இது கூப்பிட்டாரு வரக்கூடாது. வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் நீங்க கண்டிஷனா சரி, ஒன்ஸ் வி கால் யூ ஹாவ் நோ அதர் வே. ஸோ த கண்டிஷன் இஸ் யூ ஹாவ் டு டெல் மீ நான் ஸ்டாப். Okay, I will tell you, but you have to understand and write. Vyasa Bhagavan enna intelligent, no? Vyasa Bhagavan tells you have to understand and write every shloka. புரிஞ்சுக்காமல் எழுதக்கூடாது. இப்போ நம்ம மாதிரி ஏதோ சும்மா புரிஞ்சுக்காமல் சொல்லிகிட்டே இருப்போம். அப்படி இல்லை. எவ்ரி வேர்ட் டு வேர்டு யூ ஷுட் நோ த மீனிங். அப்போ விநாயகருக்கு சரின்னு சொல்லிட்டார். எப்ப நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லோகாக்கு தேடணும்னா இவர் வந்து ஒரு கஷ்டமான ஸ்லோகம் சொல்லிட்டு பார்த்துக்கோன்னு சொல்லி he will go on thinking. வியாச பகவான் ஸ்டெனோகிராஃபர், பெஸ்ட் ஸ்டெனோகிராஃபர் யாருன்னா விநாயகர். அப்படி இப்படி ஆர்டினரி பென் இல்லை, அப்படி அவர் தந்தம் வச்சுட்டு அது ரிட்டன் அப்படி பியூட்டிஃபுல் விநாயகர் ரோட். ஸோ வியாசேன கிரதிதாம். Who is he? Vyasa Bhagavan. Purana Munina. Ancient Muni, sage. Ancient sage. Where this has taken place, this teaching, this compilation, Mahabharatam Madhye. Madhye Mahabharatam. In the middle of Mahabharata epic. There are Ashtadasha Adhyayini. To such Bhagavad Gita I do Anusandhanam, which is having 18 chapters. Ashtadasha means 18. Adhyayini. To that Bhagavad Gita which is having 18 chapters. Not ordinary Bhagavad Gita. Advaita Amrita Varshini. Bhagavati Bhavadveshini. This teaching is Bhavadveshini, remover of the samsara, which gives Advaita knowledge, immortality, Amritam. Varshini means which showers, like our rain now. What a rain, no? That's why Amritam. Namakku Geeta Amritam, ange Tanni. Okay, Amritam. Oh Bhagavati, which is the divine Ashtadashadhyayinim Anusandadhami. That means Advaita Amrita Varshini means I will explain next class. This Advaita Amrita Varshini is having a lot of significance. More in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.